Up and at it early, bud. Got your hunter's orange on, bud? We about to go smoke with the gun?
You know what time it is.
Time to go back to bed.
Time to freeze our butts off. Because it's 21 degrees outside on this Saturday morning.
Good morning. It's November 19th. It's freezing. It says it's 21 degrees. Feels like in the teens, but we got a decent wind for this spot. About to hike into a piece of public. But I got the bow today. Tyler went in here by himself with no camera or anything on Wednesday, which but he ended up seeing a decent buck back here. And he thinks the buck might have saw him, but he didn't seem too spooked. He might have just saw him but didn't know what he was, but wasn't in range. We're going to set up in a different tree this time than what we have been setting up in. Kind of get a different look just in case that buck does come back. He doesn't look into that tree and see us. And we've seen other deer where we're about to set up too, but you know, we're going to try something different, set up in hopes that we get more deer and maybe a buck in range. So just hoping we can find a tree in the dark that's worth setting at. We'll catch back up with you when the sun comes up. Well, I think I'm in a state of depression for the rest of the day and probably the rest of the season. That was a botched opportunity. The bug kind of just snuck up on us. It came in from behind me. And I heard a few crunches, and I looked at Tyler and said, "What is that?" Because it sounded like it was right behind us. Back there's a nice buck. It was probably just over 30 yards, perfectly broadside, walking, but we saw it too late for me to be drawn and stopped, and it's like two stopping. So that's definitely an unfortunate part of it. And then once I was drawn back on him, my string was twisted and I couldn't see through my peep sight. I was having trouble seeing my pins. And I hadn't ranged it, so I was just spitballing on the range, which I found out I was pretty close. But the most probably unfortunate thing is that we decided to switch trees this morning in this location. And if we would have sat in the tree that we've been sitting in, it would have been quite literally a chip shot at like freaking 15 yards, 20 yards maybe, broadside. He looked at us a little bit, and I know he walked right over where we came in, so he probably got a little grounds in it. He spooked a little, but I don't know. Just not sitting too well. Some things could have been different. Could have been smarter. Could have ranged things when it got daylight, like I always do. Could have seen him earlier before he came in. I could have tried to taken a shot through those bushes, through those weeds. You can see it on camera. Because I've literally practiced that kind of shot to make sure, or to see if my arrows could go through it without being deflected. It's sitting tough. Kind of just feel like getting out and leaving and not hunting again. Depression squad. All right, well, it's been a couple weeks since the hunt. Kind of had some time to reflect, and kind of a long list of mistakes that were made that morning. And just have to try to take it as a learning curve, and just try to learn from it, because it eats me up like every day I think about going hunting that I should be tagged out. But I mean, mistake number one was moving trees. The tree we've been sitting in was great for the wind. And if we were sat in that tree, we would have seen that buck coming the entire way. It would have been a 15-yard chip shot straight down. Mistake number two was, which, I mean, you don't always hunt with another person, but I had one this time. And Tyler didn't see the deer coming behind me. So, I mean, that was another mistake that was made. You know, mistake number three was every time I sit in a new tree, I always get some ranges as just some random objects, so I got an idea of where things are at. And I hadn't ranged anything yet, and it's a little harder to guess distances in an open field. And that's where he was at when he came in. And when I spun around, I was super delayed on the shot because the whole time he was walking at an angle and he was changing distances, and I was trying my best to gauge a distance as to where he was at so I could make an effective shot. And when he finally stopped, he was behind some grass, which I've tested my setup. I know I can shoot through that stuff, but I also wasn't positive as to how far he was or how thick that was. So again, I didn't take the shot and I held. and then he came towards us again, changing distances after he got our ground scent. And when he stopped, he was in the open and had changed distances again and was quartering to us super hard, and I just wasn't comfortable taking that shot. And the one last time was, where he stopped broadside for about maybe a second, and if I was holding on him, I could have maybe made a shot. But again, if I would have flung one, he could have took a couple steps as it went, and it could have hit him poorly. So kind of a combination of mistakes, and then also just trying to be smart and not making a bad shot. But it kind of eats me up. I kind of want to make a little video afterwards, kind of explaining some mistakes and a little bit what was going on and why I never actually pulled the trigger on it, because even myself watching the video, it's pretty rough to watch as to why I didn't shoot. But had a lot of stuff going through my brain, buck fever going on, couldn't quite see straight, so all that added up to a screwed opportunity. So hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Yep, still depressed. Still didn't grab a buck, still nothing. Now I gotta film Tylor shoot a buck.
Cold as it was this morning. Still chilly. The wind's blowing a little harder. But back behind me, the farmer is cutting corn, or at least he started to. So hopefully, if there's any deer bedding in there, and he starts running that combine again, it'll kick him out this way. But we'll see. Had that nice encounter with that buck this morning. That Brad was gonna shoot his full draw on it, but his peep, he couldn't look up at him.
And I just suck nuts.
And he just sucks, he said. But hopefully he'll walks back through this afternoon and give us another shot. So stay tuned and hopefully we see some rewards. It's big enough to shoot.
In case you forgot, he's right there. Right there. I'm not sure if you can even tell in this video, but that is an old tree stand right there. There's the seat, the platform. That has been there for a while. Small buck. of sucks for this spot. I think we need to make a move. Go down there. I think we need to make a move. Go sit on the ground or something. I think if we can get down there. Down to that corner. Down where? Down to that corner. Over there. Even if it's right there. Or over there. I think we can get a shot before the stuff smells us. Either that or over there. In that grass. Can't set up by that bigger tree. Something. I think that wind's gonna screw us. That's a nice buck. Yeah. It's a nice buck. Yeah. Oh, he's walking away. Alright guys, we had a little buck come in and get our wind, so we decided to pull the set down. And as soon as we got down here, another share buck popped out to the right. And he just went in these woods. We're kind of in a big hole what to do because there's bucks moving everywhere. Can we just tell we just made a move? Like Ty said, we were climbing out. We had that nice buck coming on us. Thought it was gonna come right to us, but it didn't. We ended up cutting into the woods. But we right now we're on the ground. This is our setup. Real thick cover. But we stand up a little bit. And we'll have a shot. But we're able to see down both sides now. We are sitting right here in that tree. And that buck came in there. We are getting out a small buck that kind of busted us and got our wind. Came from this side. But with this setup, our wind is coming this way now, keeping it out of the middle. We were set up initially for the deer that were coming out down there. That's why we set up there. But today we've had 2 bucks come this way. And both of them have gotten kind of antsy about us. So we saw the little one kind of bust us and decided to jump down and make the move over here. And, sure enough, that buck came in. But we're hoping to still capitalize here at the end. It's about 4:30. So we've got some time. We make a shot. It's gonna be right here close. Let's get it. first house dogs just came in shortly after we got here. I think it was a mom and 2 fawns. But, so we have this, we have a little cut right here. Kind of made a little seam so Tyler could get a shot. But we didn't know when we set it down that our backdrop kind of sucks. So I just built this up, threw some up there. It was pretty much bare. It was all laying down, open hardwood. She saw us as soon as she looked through that gap, so we're assuming that we didn't have a good enough backdrop, and she saw us pretty fast. But we were also like 10 yards, so that too. Night's been going crazy.
Real hunting weather, bud.
There was no snow on the ground when we got home.
And it said light snow starting in 5 minutes.
Just a light snow.
This is you versus the guy she tells you not to worry about.
What? Back at it. So it's November 20th. Came out again this morning. Yesterday's hunt was pretty nice. Saw 2 shooter bucks. Saw two other small ones. A couple does. The deer seem to be moving in this area. Just broke day a little while ago. It's about a little after 7, probably 7:15 right now. But hoping the deer back on their feet this morning. And it'll be another day like today. Pretty tired. We're both pretty tired. But if we keep seeing deer like we did yesterday, it might be worth it. So hopefully I can get another chance and not screw it up. So we ended up not really seeing any deer this morning in our ground blind, but we were kind of walking around the trails. Almost kind of, still hunting, just trying to see if there's any deer moving on the property in general. And we got up to this river, and we ended up finding this doe down here in the bottom. We just kicked all the snow off of her, but it can't be too old. And she got somehow snapped her leg. The hoof is rolled up underneath. But I checked to see if there was any wounds, like somebody shot her, but one guess that I might have is maybe she got spooked by something and jumped off one of these cliffs. I mean, the cliff behind us right here. I mean, if she was to jump off of one of those, that's a far fall. Or she could have just snapped her leg.
Hear me out. She walked the plank.
Dude, I didn't even see that.
She fell off that. Dead.
This ain't even fall on my head. I didn't even see it.
Do you have a shot?
Matt?